In a quiet neighborhood on the edge of a busy American city, there lived a young man named Ethan. Ethan was not poor, but he wasn't rich either. He had a small apartment, a stable job at a retail store, and a routine that never changed. Every morning, he woke up at 7 a.m., scrolled through his phone for an hour, rushed to work, came back tired, watched random videos, and fell asleep with the same thought in his mind. One day, I'll do something bigger. That one day had been following him for years. Ethan had dreams, big ones. He wanted to start his own online business. He wanted financial freedom. He wanted to prove to himself that he was capable of more than just surviving each day. But there was always something stopping him. He would say, "I'll start when I have more money. I'll start when I have more time. I'll start when I learn everything." Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, months turned into years. And Ethan was still waiting. One cold evening, as snow slowly covered the streets, Ethan sat by his window, staring outside. People were walking with purpose, some rushing, some laughing, some struggling, but all of them moving. He wasn't. He picked up his phone and opened social media. There, he saw people his age achieving things he had only dreamed of, launching businesses, traveling, building something meaningful. A strange mix of emotions hit him. Jealousy, frustration, regret. He threw his phone on the couch and whispered, "Why not me?" But deep down, he already knew the answer. Because he was waiting for the perfect moment. The next day, something unexpected happened. At work, a new co-worker joined the team. His name was Marcus. Marcus wasn't extraordinary at first glance. He was simple, calm, and focused. But there was something different about him, something Ethan couldn't ignore. During their lunch break, Ethan noticed Marcus working on his laptop. Curious, he asked, "What are you doing?" Marcus smiled and replied, "Building my future." Ethan laughed a little. Here, during lunch, Marcus nodded. "Yeah, I don't wait for time. I use whatever time I have." That sentence hit Ethan harder than he expected. Over the next few days, Ethan observed Marcus closely. While others scrolled their phones, Marcus worked. While others complained, Marcus planned. While others waited for the weekend, Marcus built something every single day. One afternoon, Ethan finally asked, "How do you do it? Don't you feel tired?" Marcus looked at him and said something that would change Ethan's life forever. "I stopped waiting for the perfect moment. I started, and then I made the moment perfect." Ethan stayed silent. Those words echoed in his mind again and again. That night, Ethan went home and sat in front of his laptop. For the first time in years, he didn't scroll. He didn't watch videos. He didn't make excuses. He just sat there, staring at a blank screen. His heart was beating fast. Doubt crept in. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if it doesn't work? But then another voice spoke inside him. What if it does? With shaking hands, Ethan typed his first idea. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't even good. But it was a start. The next day, he did it again. And the next, and the next. At first, it was messy, unorganized, slow. But something was different this time. He wasn't waiting anymore. Weeks passed. Ethan started waking up earlier. He reduced his phone time. He used his lunch breaks like Marcus. He worked at night, even when he felt tired. Some days were hard, really hard. There were moments when nothing worked, moments when he felt like giving up, moments when he thought, maybe I should just go back to my old life. But every time he felt that way, he remembered Marcus's words. Start and make it perfect. Months later, something incredible happened. Ethan made his first online sale. It wasn't a huge amount. It wasn't life-changing money. But to Ethan, it meant everything. Because it proved one thing. He could do it. From that moment, everything changed. His confidence grew. His discipline improved. His mindset shifted. He was no longer the guy who waited. He was the guy who acted. A year later, Ethan stood in the same place where he once sat and doubted himself. But this time, things were different. He had built a growing online business. He had more freedom, more confidence, more control over his life. And most importantly, he had become someone he once dreamed of. One evening, Marcus and Ethan met again. This time, Ethan smiled and said, "You were right." Marcus laughed. "About what?" Ethan replied. "There's no perfect moment. You just start and make it perfect." Marcus nodded. "Exactly. Most people wait their whole lives for the perfect time. But the truth is," he paused for a moment, "the perfect time is created, not found." Ethan looked around. People were still rushing, still dreaming, still waiting.